Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where today I'm doing the second look in my week of Norn's eyeshadow palette series. Remember, the week of series is where I do an entire week of uploads using just one palette. My first week was the Valhalla 2 from Juvia's Place, and this week is Norn's. If you want to see any of those videos, they will be linked down below in a playlist. And today I played with obviously the green, brown, more neutral tones. I love the look and I hope that you'll stick around to see how I did it. I do want to mention I had a mistake in my camera settings during the tutorial. I was actually set too far away. It was like a half zoom instead of the regular zoom. I don't know. I didn't realize until after it was filmed, but it's a pretty quick look, so I apologize that I can't zoom in as much as I usually do. It's just my bad, and now I know for future videos. But anyway, I think the look is pretty. Stick around to see how I did it. And if you're new here, my name is Rachel. I am a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. I love to play with colorful eyeshadow, and if you like what you see and you want to see more, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you don't miss new videos, because I'm uploading a lot lately, like a lot. I'm really excited to do today's look actually because I enjoyed yesterday's look and I'm getting re-excited about this palette. Now for today's look, I definitely know that I want to dip into this brown, make this like the focal point of the outer corner. I'll deepen it, I'll lighten it as I usually do. But then the question is, which shimmer do I play with? And I kind of want to pair the brown with this orange shimmer. But I also want to pair the brown with this green shimmer. And I also want to pair this green shimmer with this one here. So I'm not entirely decided yet on which shimmer I'm going to use. What do you need? Go lay down. Go lay down. My dog. Anyway, I haven't decided which shimmer I'm going to use, but I'm going to start knowing what I want to do and we'll go from there. First, I'm going to prime my eyes using the Glamlight Icing Primer in the shade White Frosting. I'm going to start where I know I want to start, and that is in the dark brown matte. It's called Pragmatism. I've got a dense blending brush from e.l.f. This one has a little bit of a curve to it. It's sort of pinched on one side. And I'm going to start this by pressing it into my outer corner. I like to lay down the color first, and I've discovered and also learned from watching Angelica's videos that whatever color you want to be the main color of the eye, start with that first. And then add in or blend out from there, but start with the color that you want to be the focal point of your outer corner or of the eye look in general, and lay it down exactly where you want it, and then use that as sort of a jumping off point for the other shades. So I've been doing that lately. It's been a good technique for me, and also if I use certain formulas that really work best working from dark to light, for example Beauty Bay, then it's a perfect technique for that because I lay down the darkest color that I want in the outer corner and then I blend out from there. It really is a lovely deep chocolatey brown. I brought it into the outer corner of the lower lash line. Now I'm dipping into the shade Dazed with a smaller and denser blending brush, and I'm putting this right on the edge of the brown to buff it out. Now for me, Dazed is, I won't say the same as my skin tone because it certainly has more of a gray base to it, but it works beautifully when it comes to blending out the other colors because it doesn't really add much pigment. So I'm hitting that on the edges of this brown tone to soften everything. And if I find that I over soften or I detract a little bit too much from the chocolatey brown color that I had before, I'll just go back into the brown and build it up again a little bit. I think that's looking really nice. It's blended out beautifully. I think that this grayish neutral tone is actually a really good color to accompany the shades within this palette to blend them out, because it's not like, you know, more of a pink based or tan based neutral. It's a gray based neutral, which sort of works with the shades in here. I think this is looking very good. I've decided that I want to play with the green and the more whitey gold shimmer as opposed to the orange. Maybe I'll throw the orange on the lower lash line, or maybe I'll just use it in a different look. But I think today I want to focus more on the green gold. So here is a flat C or shader brush. I'm going to dip into the shade Green Chameleon and I will spray the shadow. This is a shade that I so often look at in this palette and go, oh, I really need to use that shade. So here I am using it. I've sprayed it onto my brush and I'm going to start it in the center of my lid. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. What do you guys think? I'd love it if you let me know in the comments if you own this palette and what you think of it. I know that it is one of the favorites of Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. She says that she'll never ever get rid of this palette. It's just one of her favorites. Oh, this is so pretty. This is a beautiful sagey green with a little bit of a yellow tone to it. But, I mean, it's not lime, I have a lot of lime greens. I have an entire video, which if you care, I can card above for you, where I'm swatching all of the lime green shimmers in my collection because I love green eyeshadow. I love a good lime green shimmer, and I have like 8 or 9 of them. But this is not lime. This is definitely more sage. And it's beautiful. Oh, that's so pretty. I think I'm going to leave it on most of the center of the lid. I'll leave the inner corner clear because I'm going to use that other shimmer there. But that is lovely. And I usually, unless I'm doing a half cut crease, I usually just flip the brush back and forth and swipe it around a little bit to bring it higher because I have slightly hooded eyes and I want that shimmer to show up even if I'm looking straight ahead. So I'm hoping you guys can see that. I know my lighting is terrible, but it's like 6 in the morning and I'm trying to film before my little ones wake up. So anyway, that is looking beautiful. Really pretty. I'm gonna flip the brush over and grab the shade Amber Palace, which is, in the pan, it looks like a mix, like a marbled tone of gold and white. I don't remember what it looks like on the eye, but we're about to find out. So I'm gonna spray it because I don't know if I've mentioned before. Actually, I do know I've mentioned multiple times. I don't know if you've heard before that spraying the shimmer can give it more control, more precision, and less fallout. Also makes it more of a high shine. So here's the shade Amber Palace on my inner corner. And that's pretty too. I don't want to cover the green. I just want to blend into the green. I do want the green and brown to be more apparent. This is beautiful. Oh, it's so pretty. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm going to grab the same shade Amber Palace on the side of my brush and bring it down and just sort of run along the edge of my lower lash line. And then when there's just a little bit of space between Amber Palace ending and the brown matte beginning, I'll grab the green shimmer on the edge of the brush and place that here. So the green shimmer is just in the center of the lower lash line. It's really easy to blend the two shimmers together, and then because the green is closer to the brown in tone, it's really easy to blend those together as well. So beautiful. I do want to deepen up the outer corner a little bit, so let me grab, I have shadow in my eye. I was so gung-ho with these shimmers. I'm like putting them everywhere. Here's a flat brush. I'm going to dip into the black in this palette. It's called Colorful Black. And I'll press it into the outer lower lash line and the upper lash line as well. And then what I often do when I've got a really deep shade on just a small definer brush, I'll press it into the lashes in the outer corner on both like upper and lower. And then I'll just sort of flare it out like this. Like I'll zoom in so you guys can see. Start here at the lashes, but then I angle my brush and flare up like this and angle again and angle again. It's a way of getting a triangle shape using whatever happens to be on this brush. You don't necessarily need to go in with a small fluffy brush or anything. You can just get the same shape in general if you're just adding a little bit of color to deepen it slightly, but not adding so much that it has to be reblended. Then it's just a nice way to add in a bit of depth without having to bother with a separate brush. Okay, that is pretty much the look. What do you think? I'm gonna make sure I grab, I'll take it with a small definer or pencil brush. Go into the shade Amber Palace again. I think this time I'll spray it. Just wanna add a slight height of pigment and shine right at this inner corner. That's so beautiful. On the eye, it definitely looks like a gold shimmer, but a light gold. It's not an antique or bronzed gold. It's lovely. There, that's the eye look. I am going to figure out waterline color. I'll go off camera and finish up the other side and do everything else. And I'll be back in just a second to show you guys the finished look. Okay guys, here's how it turned out. I lined my waterline with this buttery shade from Colourpop. It's called Extra Frosting. I did a winged eyeliner. It's not great, but I did it anyway. Please pardon my extremely fuzzy, frizzy hair today. I don't know. It's got a mind of its own. It's just doing what it wants to do. Here we go. This is what we've got. As far as the rest of the look, I have the shade Cinnamon Roll from NYX Butter Gloss on my lips. I did use a couple of shades from the Tulum palette. I feel like every time I put more neutral brown tones on my lids, I kind of want to reflect that in my face. And so today I used this shade right here as a little bit of a contour bronzer sort of thing. And then I combined these two in the place of blush. So I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool. It certainly doesn't look super made up. I never put much face product on, if I put any. It's just, I like bringing in a little bit of shadow into the face. And then on my, as a highlighter, I am using the Frose palette from Beige Cosmetics. I used these two together. So that's the rest of the look, and then I have mascara. Anyway, I am having fun with this Norn's palette. This is my second look, as you guys know, and I mean, so far, as long as I avoid those couple of shades that I know I don't personally like and don't perform well, I am having a lot of fun otherwise. And my problem, I think, is that I've been dipping into the Norn's palette for a couple specific shades and kind of ignoring the rest. But I did those shades in my first look, and now I'm forcing myself to use the rest. I think this look is lovely. I would love to know in the comments what you think. If you have this palette, if you love it, if you hate it, if you've decluttered it, if you use it, tell me what you think about the palette itself. I will have a couple more looks this week using just the Norn's palette, of course, to complete my week of series. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the look. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos, particularly within this series. Check the description box for the playlist so you can see all the videos in this series. And until I see you next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye!